Okay, so let's go ahead and add some social networks to the new collection view that we just added in the detail view controller. Just to refresh our memories and keep the energy going, we will launch the application to see what our new target is. So here's our initial collection view. And when we tap on this, we see a large emoji that we clicked on, and we see some more pandas, knowing that we will replace this with social networks. So what we want to do is start in the emoji model because we want to essentially change the emoji model into something a little bit more generic so we can have it supply both emoji and social network data at the same time to our application. So I provided you guys with a snippet that created a property for social networks that included uh, a network object array that represented each social network that we'd wanted to display. So once you've copied that over, let's go ahead and change the name emoji model into just model. Now there's going to be a bunch of errors that are going to pop up all over our application. But first, let's solve them one at a time. So the one that we want to solve first is that there's a use of an undeclared type called network. So let's create a new file called network. Now, let's open up the previous file and let's copy one of these signatures for these objects. And let's write it as a comment here for some inspiration. Well, we see that there's a UI image, so we need to import UIKit. And it looks like this is a custom initializer that takes a name and an icon. Now, I'm not sure if this is a class or a struct, but in my opinion, I would just make a simple struct called network. If you're really interested in the subject, you should learn about reference and value types and understand why you should choose a structure over a class or a class over a structure. But that's a little bit beyond this lesson. So let's go ahead and create a variable called name. That will be a string. And let's create a variable called icon, which will be a UI image. And we'll create a custom initializer. Awesome. So we've made a few other errors. Let's see what they're all about. First, we have this error telling us that replace append contents of with append. So that means that we need to upgrade to the latest Swift 3 signature. Awesome. Problem 2 solved. Let's go hunt down the rest of the bugs. So we're going to click on the build time issues in the issue navigator, and we're going to look at each one. Use of unresolved identifier emoji. Right, we changed this to model. Let's continue down the hunt. Okay, great. Look how this reads out. Model.emoji count. Model.emoji index path row. Soon it's going to be model.networks. Now let's go to our emoji detail view controller. And let's change this from model.emoji to model.networks. And model.emoji to model.networks. We are no longer displaying pandas. This looks awesome. So there seems to be an issue though. What's coming back from the networks array is actually a network object, and that can't be assigned to an image view's image property. So let's fix that. We're going to create a variable for the network that is coming back from this query. And we are going to assign the network icon to the cell's image view. Now we can build and run. Oh, looks like we have a compile time issue. Another use of emoji model. go ahead and remove emoji. So remember, as you're following along, feel free to just solve the bugs yourself. You see the pattern that I'm using. Apply it to your project. Now that all the bugs are solved, build and run. Hopefully we got magic. We can delete this comment as well. All right. Now we are clicking on a panda. We see the emoji, and we see all of our social networks. This is looking great for now. Maybe what we want to do is when we tap on one of the social networks, make an alert display. That will be the foundation for the next lessons to come. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's hop to the emoji detail view controller, and let's implement the collection view delegate method did select item at index path. Now what we want to do is create an alert controller. And put a little message and give it a preferred style. So the preferred style that we want in this case is going to be alert. We want it to pop right out. Then we want to add an action to this alert to allow the person to close the window. So let's say alert controller, add action, and create an instance of a UI alert action. We'll give this a title. And we will say that this is the default style. And all we want it to do in its completion handler is dismiss the alert itself. Now we can present the alert controller. Oh, looks like we are missing a bracket. Closing parenthesis. Okay, great. This looks good to me. All we want to do is we want to replace this social network name with the actual name of the social network that we tapped on. So let's get the network from the model networks array. And let's put the social network name here. Now let's build and run. Now when we go to the detail view controller, if we tap on a social network, we could see Instagram, send emoji. Slack, send emoji. Facebook, send emoji. Awesome. In the next video, we're going to learn how to actually send an emoji to Twitter and Facebook. See you then.